Hello friends, welcome to Bloodline Revenge. The man SHE built, and the empire he stole. In America, we celebrate founders. We praise the visionaries, the risk-takers, the bold faces on magazine covers. But sometimes, the real architect of an empire is the one whose name never makes the headline. And when that architect is betrayed, the revenge isn't loud. It isn't violent. It isn't messy. It's strategic. This is the story of a woman who built a man's empire, and how she quietly took it back. Chicago, winter. Before the investors, before the interviews, before the awards, there was just a cramped apartment and two people trying to survive. Ethan Cole wasn't impressive back then. He had ideas. Too many ideas. A productivity app, a meal subscription box, a digital coaching platform. None of them worked. Not because they were terrible, but because Ethan wasn't disciplined. He was charismatic, but scattered, optimistic, but inconsistent. And then there was Maya Reed. Calm, precise, strategic. Maya didn't dream loudly, she built quietly. She was the one who reviewed contracts, fixed pitch decks, corrected financial errors, rewrote emails before investors saw them. When Ethan wanted to quit, Maya made spreadsheets. When he panicked, she made plans. When he doubted, she researched. And when he failed, she stayed. The idea that finally worked wasn't even Ethan. It was Maya's. A remote workflow optimization platform for mid-size logistics companies. Simple, scalable, needed. She built the framework. Ethan delivered the pitch. Investors loved him. They said things like, "You've got founder energy." They never asked who built the infrastructure. Funding came. Then press. Then momentum. Within 3 years, their startup, Coal Systems, was valued at $60 million. Ethan was on podcasts, on panels, on magazine covers. Maya. She was still listed as operations director. Success changes tone. Ethan's voice became sharper, more impatient, more dismissive. Board meetings became exclusive. Conversations became shorter. Maya noticed subtle shifts. Her access to company accounts was restricted. Her name was removed from investor memos. Major decisions were made without her. When she asked about it, Ethan would smile. "You're overthinking." But one afternoon, she overheard something she wasn't supposed to hear. A closed-door meeting. Ethan and 2 board members. And Ethan said, "Maya was helpful in the early days, but she's not strategic at scale." Helpful, not strategic. The woman who built the system. It didn't explode. It didn't scream. It arrived in an email. Subject line: organizational restructuring. Maya's role was being phased out. She would receive a severance package, a polite thank you, a generic press note. Her shares, under review. When she confronted Ethan privately, he stayed calm. Too calm. "It's just business. Just business." 10 years, late nights, unpaid months, sacrificed opportunities. Reduced to just business. That night, Maya didn't cry. She didn't yell. She sat in silence. And for the first time in years, she felt empty. Not broken. Not defeated. Just hollow. Weeks passed. Maya stopped answering calls. Stopped checking industry news. Stopped opening LinkedIn. She watched from a distance as Ethan announced a new expansion, appeared on national television, called himself self-made. That word hit the hardest. Self-made. The depression wasn't dramatic. It was quiet. She woke up without urgency, without purpose. For years, her identity was the company. Now it was gone. But here, what Ethan underestimated. Maya kept records. Every draft, every blueprint, every early-stage patent filing. Because she believed in documentation. Not revenge. Documentation. One afternoon, a former engineer reached out. Confused. Concerned. He revealed something disturbing. The newest product update, the one Ethan was promoting, contained architecture identical to an unreleased system Maya had developed before she was removed. And that system was registered under her personal IP filing. Not the company. She had filed it years earlier as protection. Not because she expected betrayal, but because she understood risk. Maya didn't react emotionally. She called a lawyer. There was no shouting. No public drama. Just documentation. Timeline proof, IP filings, email archives. The legal case wasn't aggressive. It was precise. When Ethan received notice of IP infringement, he thought it was a misunderstanding. When the board reviewed the documents, they realized something far worse. If this went public, Cole Systems would lose credibility. Investors would panic. The valuation would collapse. Suddenly, Maya was helpful. She was essential. Settlement negotiations began. Quietly, Maya didn't demand destruction. She demanded equity. Control, recognition, reinstatement. And one condition. A public correction. Not an apology. A correction. Within 60 days. Ethan stepped down as CEO. The board appointed Maya as interim chief executive. A press release acknowledged her as co-founder and original architect. The headline read, "Leadership Transition at Cole Systems." But the truth, it was accountability. Maya didn't celebrate loudly. She didn't humiliate Ethan. She didn't attack him publicly. She simply did what she always did. She built. Under her leadership, employee retention improved. Product stability increased. Company culture stabilized. Revenue grew. Not explosively, but sustainably. 2 years later, Cole Systems went public. And this time, the magazine cover read, "The quiet strategist who rebuilt a tech giant." Ethan wasn't destroyed. He wasn't ruined. He simply became ordinary. Maya didn't need revenge through chaos. Her revenge was truth. Documentation, preparation, patience. In the end, she didn't take anything that wasn't hers. She reclaimed what always was. And that's the kind of justice that doesn't scream. It stands.